Shalom, shalom, everybody in the classroom, shalom. Shalom. Everybody online, shalom, shalom. Brother Naquan.
Shalom, Brother Amos.
Coming back at you with another Sabbath service, giving, of course, all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Amalek Yahushai. Double honors to the elect elders of the house of David that's been in this truth before us for decades and decades, patiently waiting for the second coming of Yahushai, laboring in the gospel, finishing the course. Shalom to all of the men that go out on the highways and byways, risking your life to do the work of the Most High, presenting your body as a living sacrifice, enduring the elements to magnify the ministry. Shalom to all of the men that may not be out there as of yet, but they're still keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. They're working on it, getting built up in the spirit through prayer and fasting, getting their households in order. Shalom to all of the akwaf out there, the sisters holding it down in the households, who reverence their husbands, that are submissive, being diligent, and moving in the spirit of our righteous foremothers. We back at it with another Sabbath service. I'm going to pass it to Amos.
Shabbat Shalom. As we always do, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. We're going to start off with Acts chapter 18 and verse 4. All praise to the Most High that we're allowed to see another Sabbath, another beautiful day of rest, to get replenished, to be able to fight these spirits that try to hop on us, and to detect this next week, Lord willing, we get to see it mighty and in the spirit, right? So we're going to go to Acts chapter 18, verse 4.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 18 and verse 4. And he reasoned in the synagogue every Sabbath and persuaded the Jews and the Greeks.
Right, so that's the purpose of us doing these Sabbath service, the videos, right? The cold cuts is to persuade Israel who know that they're Israel to keep these law, statutes, and commandments, the faith, showing brotherly love, charity, and those just coming back to finding out that they're Israel, to compel them to go harder, to search the scriptures, to see what is being said, if it's true or not, right? And forsake the ways of this world. The only way we can do that is through Philippians 4 and 13.
It's the book of Philippians, chapter 4 and verse 13. I can do all things through Hamashiach, which strengtheneth me.
Right, so through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, we're able to attack these false doctrines, cast down these demons, get the perfect understanding of the scriptures through precept upon precept, right? So this is the third installment of James, and we're in the third chapter, right? And all the Israel on the comment boards, ignore the folly, block, mute, whatever you got to do so that you don't let Satan steal the word, man. Because that's the only thing that Satan wants to do is take the word from you, man. Right? So we're going to try to do our due diligence as well, but stay in the spirit, Israel, and get edified, right?
It's like, yeah, as soon as we start the lesson, you got Jake on the live stream scoffing against Yahweh Shah. As soon as you start, man, like the brother says, Satan cometh immediately.
So we're going to start at James chapter 3, and we'll start at verse 1. Cover the whole roll again. James 3 and 1. My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man, and able also to bridle the whole body.
Yeah, so you have to discipline your tongue in this truth, man. Right? The Most High speaks about several different things that will cause you to get utterly destroyed in the last days. Right? If you can bridle your tongue, you'll fare well in this truth. If you're a whisperer, you're going to have problems. If you like to slander, you're going to have problems. Not just with men, but with Yahweh Shah, man. Right? If you're a backbiter, right? If you're a swearer, if you can't bridle your tongue, then you can't control your body, man. Right? But the Most High is letting you know how important it is to control your tongue in this truth. All right? We're going to get into these things.
God, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 28 and verse 13. Right? The book of Sirach, chapter 28 and verse 13. It says, curse the whisperer and the double tongue, for such had destroyed many that were at peace. Right? So the Lord is saying, curse those who whisper behind their brother and their sister's back. Right? In the double tongue. One who speaks one way when the brother's there, and when that brother walks away, you speak a whole nother manner about that person. Verse 14, a backbiting tongue has disquieted many and driven them from nation to nation. Strong cities have it pulled down and overthrown the houses of great men, showing you the power that the tongue can have. It can destroy strong cities and great nations, right? The tongue has a lot of power, right? And that's what James, the 3rd chapter, is getting into, right? Minding your tongue, watching your words, right? Being mindful how you speak to brothers and sisters. Verse 15, a backbiting tongue has cast out virtuous women and deprived them of their labors, right? So a backbiting tongue can cast down all the works that a sister has built up, right? The good name that she has provided for herself. It can destroy that name. Whoso hearkeneth unto it shall never find rest and never dwell quietly, right? So along with minding your tongue, you got to be mindful of what you hearken unto, right? You hearkening to the wrong counsel, to whispering, to backbiting, right? You'll never find rest because that spirit is going to hop on you. Then you're going to start acting in the same manner, right? The stroke of the whip maketh marks in the flesh, but the strokes of the tongue breaketh bones, right? We all know stories in the world where a woman says that a man did something to her and he ended up getting killed, right? End up getting jumped, right? The stroke of the tongue casts down a lot of things, man. It brings death also. Many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many as have fallen by the tongue, right? So we know Saul killed his 10,000, David killed his 100,000s, right? But not as many as the tongue has cast down, right? The tongue has killed mighty men, mighty men. The tongue killed Yahushua. Yahushua got put to death because of false witnesses, right? It's like, here's one more.
God, do you think?
Gun. Now we can end off on that.
Con, let me get a precept and Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1 real quick. Right, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1. Con. Let's start at 9. Let's start at 7. Let's start at 6. And this chapter is one of my favorite chapters, man.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 1 and verse 6. For wisdom is a loving spirit, and will not acquire a blasphemer of his words. For Yahweh is witness of his reigns, and a true beholder of his hearts, and a hearer of his tongue.
See that? So the Most High hears everything you do, and the Most High is going to catch up with you, man, with your words. You think all that backbiting and all them messages you doing on Instagram and all them videos you making about brothers and slandering and gossiping and being a busybody, the Lord hear all of that, man. You can't escape the Lord. That's what the Lord is saying. It says, and a true beholder of his heart and a hearer of the tongue. Brothers, go on.
Verse 7. For the Spirit of the Lord filleth the world, and that which containeth all things have knowledge of the voice. Therefore, he that speaketh unrighteous things cannot be hid, neither shall vengeance, when it punisheth, pass by him. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his words shall come into the Lord for the manifestation of the wicked deed, of his wicked deeds. For the ear of jealousy heareth all things, and the noise of murmurings is not hid.
See that? Right? You know what murmurings is? Read the book of Numbers. If you don't know what murmurings is, that's us saying, yeah, you see Mathami come in. Mathami go always coming in with that hair wrap, man. Why does Mathami think he better than us, man? Right. Then when Ezra come in, he always got braids. I don't have hair. Right? How come he gets? That's murmuring, man. We got brothers, they murmur too. We always think women do that. Brothers murmur too, man.
Probably more than women.
Yeah, more than you 35 years old murmuring, man. The Lord said, beware of murmuring. That gossiping spirit that he said, she said, talking about brothers behind their back, the Lord won't get up with you, man. All right, a little more than that.
Verse 11. Therefore beware of murmuring, which is unprofitable, and refrain your tongue from backbiting. For there is no word so secret that shall go for naught, and the mouth that believeth, that bellieth like it, slayeth the soul.
See that? So beware of backbiting too. We know what backbiting is, right? That's verbal backstabbing. That's the verbal backstab. Imagine how painful it is if somebody bite into your back. That's off, man. Ripping your flesh off. So I'm talking to Ezra. Then, like the brother said, double tongue. As soon as Ezra turned around, yeah, man, I can't stand Ezra, man. Yeah, I said Shalom, but I didn't mean that, man. Right? You see what he had on today? He said, "Yeah, Israel, I don't believe that. Ezra don't." Right? That's wicked, man. That's backbiting. All right, no backbiting in the truth, no whispering in the truth, no gossiping, no going on social media, making all these reports and making all these slanderous things to say about your brother, man. Or the Most High is going to jam you up with your fritters and your beard on.
God, and that's really important, man, because that goes on so much in Israel. Among camps, you got camp beef, right? You got personal beefs in the truth, right? Brothers get so worked up and they condemn themselves with their mouth. Don't even realize they said something now they marked for death, right? This is side, right?
Yeah. One quick point. You got brothers saying, "Look, you the 2/3. I know that you the 2/3. And brother, you might be part of the 2/3, man. Oh, that's just a 2/3 nigga over there, right? That's off, man.
That's wicked, man. Nobody is the Most High. Nobody knows how they're going to rise up in the last day, man. Right? The Lord can put the spirit on that brother at the last time, and he could be one of the part of the 144. You talk bad about the Lord's anointed, now you got to get put to death. Right? This side, right? Chapter 19 and verse 6. Right? Side, right? Chapter 19 and verse 6. He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife. Right? If you can have rule over your tongue, you can live without envying, arguing, fighting, right? Discourse, right? Ungodly discourse. Right? You live peaceably if you can rule your tongue. And he that hated babbling shall have less evil. Right? You got to be that brother or that sister. When you hear somebody talking bad about somebody, I don't want to hear it. Right? Take that down the block, man. Go somewhere else with that.
Right.
We don't need to hear that.
Right.
Right? Verse 7. Rehearse not unto another that which is told unto thee, and thou shalt fear never the worst. Right? So if Naquam through the spirit is confiding in me, right, I'm not gonna tell the next brother what this brother said. Right? That's a wicked act right there. That's a very wicked act. Whether it be to friend or foe, talk not of other men's lives, and if thou canst without offense, reveal them not. Right? Don't be that busybody spirit, man. Right? That one who can't contain water, man. Got to tell everybody secrets. Right? That Wendy Williams spirit.
Right.
Right? Brothers don't have that Wendy Williams spirit, man. Right? If somebody's telling you something in confidence, keep it to you. Take it to the grave, man. Take it to the grave. Or if you want to bring up another person in the matter, tell that person who told you, like, look, brother, I'm gonna let this brother know because he's better at counsel than I am. Right? Don't confess any faults or anything that another brother has told you to another. Do not do that.
This is Psalms chapter 101. Right? Let's go to Psalms chapter 101 and verse 2. So this is important, Israel. Right? This is very important, knowing how to rule your tongue as men. It's a time to speak. It's a time to be silent. It's a time to drop a parable. It's a time not to drop a parable. Right? It's a time to teach your family the truth. It's a time to, hey, let that seed grow, man. Right? Psalm chapter 101 and 2. It reads, I will behave myself wisely in a perfect way. Oh, when wilt thou come to me? I will walk within my house with a perfect heart. And your house is your nation. Right? You have to walk amongst their fellow brothers and sisters in a perfect way. I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. They shall not cleave to me. A forward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person. So if you're a backbiter and you're a whisperer, hey, I don't know you, man. I might delete you out my contacts, man. Right? Hey, look, we can't deal with one another, man. Read it on. Whoso privately slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off. Him that hath a high look and a proud heart will not I suffer. You see that? So the Lord said, if you privately slander your neighbor, you're going to get cut off, man. David said he cut these men off. David didn't just hang around anybody, man. David looked at me, yeah, this brother, man, right? He liked to do a lot of slander, man. Right? He liked to spread false rumors and gossip and talebearer, man, and be a busybody. Let me go to 1 Peter 4:15. Right? And Yahweh Shah said, every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Let me go to 1 Peter. You got it.
1 Peter.
4:15.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 4 and verse 15. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters.
See that? So if you catching hell, catch hell. But don't be catching hell for the wrong things as a thief, man. Because you're going to go through it in the truth. Your family going to rise up against you. Your job is going to be, conflicting with you. You're going to deal with demons in your old man. But if you are going to suffer for what's righteous. Don't be catching hell because you're a busybody, not a dude want to pull up on you, man, and beat you up. Right? A lot of people get jammed up. A lot of people in prison, man, over the tongue. I shouldn't be worried about what Nas bank account is, man. Yeah, I heard he had this new job, man. What's he making? 19 an hour now? 19.25? Yeah, I heard he making 19.25. Then he had this much in his 401k. Yeah, I heard him and his wife got into it last Wednesday because she burnt the pot in the oven. And he goes to sleep at 6 o'clock. Why do I know all of that, man? Yeah, why do I know everything, man? He paid this much gas. I'm tracking him, man. Stop being that brother, man. You got brothers in the truth that follow brothers home. Oh, I just want to make sure you got home safely, man. No, you didn't, brother, man. Right? Oh, Salakia, right? Like the movie, I don't know if brother seen Players Club, man. You had the dude that followed Lisa Ray home, man. Oh, I was just trying to make it. Then he tried to break in, man. That obsessed spirit. Stop being obsessed with other men and figuring out what they got going on in their life. I heard so-and-so had 2 wives. So, all right, brother, now what? All right, so you can't be a busybody in other men's matters.
It was a saying in the world when I was younger. They said when you assume, you make an ass of yourself.
That's right.
Right? Those assumptions, 9 times out of 10, they wrong, man. Right? You playing inch eye, private eye, trying to figure out what's going on in somebody's life.
Right.
Right? Miss the whole conclusion of everything, trying to prove your own point. Right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 22 and verse 27. Who shall set a watch before my mouth and a seal of wisdom upon my lips, that I fall not suddenly by them, and that my tongue destroy me not? Right? Who's going to put that watch over your mouth? You got to do it. Right? And a righteous friend is going to be right there supporting you. Like, hey, brother, you got to watch what you say, man. Right? Sometimes you got to be blunt when somebody is speaking presumptuously or speaking wickedly, man. Right? Damn feelings when it comes to that, man. We here to save one another's souls, man. We got to be our brother's keeper. Like, if Naquan want to go off and want to call people BANs or MFers, I got to tell that brother, like, yo, you gotta chill out, brother. If I do the same, he going to do the same for me.
Right.
Right? This is going into the, what a friend is supposed to do or how to lose a friend. Right? So a friend's got to watch over his brother's mouth. Right? You got to be your brother's keeper, man. Because if you don't tell that brother he's going off, the Lord going to put that sin upon your head. Right? Read Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter. If you don't warn the wicked of his wicked ways, you're going to have to carry that blood on you, man. So if I know somebody's sinning by their mouth and I'm not saying nothing, I'm going to have to carry that blood.
Let's go to Sirach chapter 21 and 25. That's why it's important to read Ecclesiastes, man. Read the whole Bible. But Ecclesiastes deals with a lot, man. Right? It deals with a lot. Right? It's a magnification of the law, man. All right, Sirach chapter 21 and 25. Because the law says thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer. Right? That's the law. These are other statutes behind that. Gossip, whispering, slandering. Right? Sirach 21 and 25. The lips of talkers will be telling such things as pertain not unto them. But the words of such as have understanding are weighed in the balance. You see that? So you want to weigh your words in the balance, man. Like I said, it's a time to get, you may have your family, they may not be in the truth. It's a time to talk to them about the truth. A lot of brothers, when you first come in, you want to keep it. Yeah, you're Israel. Did you know you're Israel? Yeah, you told me, man. You're texting them, come, Yasha'Allah. They don't know nothing about that. Don't text them that, man. Are you sending them pictures of Yahushua? Relax, brother. It's a time to talk. It's a time not to talk, man. Right? It's a time to rebuke somebody. It's a time, hold on, I'm gonna see the whole matter, right? I don't want to sit there and open my mouth and condemn this brother when I really don't know what's going on, right? You want to sit there and weigh your words in the balance, man. A wise man, he's going to know what to say and when to say it and how to say it at the right time. A fool and a babbler, like the scripture, he won't regard time, man. So is that one brother that just can't stop talking. That is, it's always one. Number two is just one. And every time he starts talking, I was like, man, look at this guy. Who you brought him? Don't be the guy that the people are talking about. You brought this guy, right? You don't want to be the guy that they're talking about, man. Well, listen, here he come again. We know he ain't gonna shut up, right? So that now he got a bad name, man. He may know a lot, but his mouth getting him jammed up. You know.
This is Iraq chapter 11 and verse 7. Right, to lay me back on what the brother was saying. Right, be so quick to want to speak on the matter, but having done the proper research, the proper due diligence to speak righteously. It says, blame not before thou hast examined the truth, understand first, and then rebuke. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their speak, in their talk. Right? So don't be so quick to want to cut somebody off before they even got to finish what they were saying, man. That's setting a seal over your mouth. That's having patience, right? That's being able to possess your soul, man. Right? Let a brother finish what he has to say out before you even speak on the matter. Verse 9, strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. Right? So don't be so quick to want to hop in a matter that don't got a damn thing to do with you, man. Right? Sit back and play your role, man. Every man and every woman got to work out their own salvation. Right? Stop having your foot in this person's house, in that person's car, this person's closet. Right? Keep it to yourself. Verse 10, my son, meddle not with many matters, for if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent, and if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain, neither shalt thou escape by flying. Right? So pretty much mind your own business. Right? Mind your own business. Right? You hear the matter of somebody else, don't even pay no attention, man. Because it's not going to get you any more money. It's not going to get you any closer to the kingdom by being a busybody, a gossiper, a hearer of gossip, a murmurer, a backbiter. All that is unprofitable works. And those unprofitable works lead to sin. Because all that is lust. That's lust. Right? And when lust is conceived, it brings forth sin. And when sin is conceived, what does it bring forth? Death. Right? So all this leads to death, man. And that's your lust wanting to hear everybody's business. That's your lust wanting to know what's going on in everybody's house. Right? Refrain yourself from that lust. Right? I have one more precept. This is Psalms chapter 141 and verse 3. Right? It says, set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth. Keep the door of my lips. Right? This is something that all us brothers have to pray for, man. Because you know, once you get angry, you start saying stuff you don't even know that you're saying it. Then after you say it, you done hurt the person feeling so bad they don't even want to be around you. Right? Verse 4. Incline not my heart to any evil thing. Right? This is a mighty prayer right here. Right? Incline not my heart to any evil thing. Right? Whether that be wicked women, wicked music, right? Wicked TV shows. Right? It was a TV show I used to watch in the world called American Horror Story. It started getting real wicked, man. It started having the Baphomet in it. It just got real wicked after like the second season. Right? It had to be in my spirit to not want to watch it, man. To practice wicked works with men that work iniquity and let me eat not of their dainties. Right? So don't be around wicked men. Right? And don't want to eat of the fruit of their wickedness, man. Don't want to eat the delicacy of their wickedness, man. That goes in the Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter. Right? They want to fulfill themselves with the voluptuous of this world, of this life. Right? They want to put roses upon their head. Right? They want to make themselves kings because they do nothing but wickedness, man. You don't even want to be around them, man. But verse 5 says, let the righteous smite me. It shall be a kindness. Right? Get cut by these scriptures by a righteous man, man. Let the righteous man correct you when you're error. Right? Love the correction. Love the reproof. It shall be an excellent oil which shall not break my hand, for yet my prayers shall be in their calamities. Right? So let that righteous oil be upon you, man. That righteous oil is the understanding of the scriptures. Right? The understanding that they come in with precepts to cut you so that you don't fall into your folly and your vanity and your lust. Right? So let that righteous ointment run down upon your head.
Con. All right, let's go to Sirach chapter 20, man. You need that rebuke, man. Right? Sirach chapter 20 and verse 5. I'm going to get Sirach 20 and 5. It reads, there is one that keepeth silence and is found wise, and another by much babbling becometh hateful. Some man holdeth his tongue, because he hath not to answer, and some man keepeth silence, knowing his tongue. So let's say we all having a conversation. You want to be the brother that's quiet, right? But every time you talk, people can't wait to hear what you got to say, right? Oh, wait, this brother, he finally, what he got to say? But every time he speak, he dropping gems. Every time he speak, he dropping knowledge. Oh, I know he gonna bring a precept out. Oh, I know he gonna say something wise. You want to be that brother, man. Don't be the brother when people talk, when you talking, nobody listening to you, man. People talking over you, they kind of moving you out the way, they pushing you out the way. Yeah, we heard what you said, but you want to be the brother, but what do you got to say? What you think, Be the brother that they always ask you, well, what you think, You kind of sitting there listening, observing the whole matter, and then you drop your knowledge and they're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Be that guy in the truth, man. Right, let me go to this precept in Job 29. Right, Job was that guy, man. You don't want to be the guy when you start talking, everybody kind of turn the music up, man. You know, it cuts you off, man. Kind of slap you in the back of the head.
Throw their hands up.
Yeah, throw their hands up. Goodness, man. Right. They leaving the room. Why is everybody leaving the room? Right? Come on, man. You don't be the brother you trying to drop a parable at a funeral. Right? Hey, check this parable out. Right? You trying to go do the breakdowns at the wrong time. You know, it's madness, man.
God. This is Job chapter 29. It started verse 6. When I washed my steps with butter and the rock poured me out rivers of oil.
Yeah, and washing it, that's not literal. No man washes their steps with butter. What is the butter? The word, right? Butter is churned up milk. It's a higher level of milk. So the steps that we take in the truth has to be with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Brothers understand that, right? We wash our steps with butter, and the rock, which is Yahweh Shah, pours out the rivers of oil, right? Go on.
Verse 7. When I went out to the gate through the city, when I prepared my seat in the street, the young men saw me and hid themselves, and the aged arose and stood up. The princes refrained talking and laid their hands on their mouth.
See, when Job came through, they shut down. Oh, what you got to say, Job? Here come Job, his brother. You know he want to drop some mean on us, man. And they could have been talking about something at a high level. But when Job came through, they wanted to hear what he had to say. Even princes can say what they want to say, man. They a prince. They don't got to listen to you. But, hey, princes will listen to you, man. Right? If David had a counselor, Ahithophel, and it tells you in 2 Samuel chapter 16 that Ahithophel's counsel was like the counsel of God. So when David talked to Ahithophel, it was like talking to the Most High. So when Ahithophel came in the room, you know people shut it down, man. When Job came in the room, they shut it down, right? It says, the nobles held their peace and their tongue cleaved to the roof of their mouth.
When the ear heard me, then it blessed me. And when the eyes saw me, it gave witness to me.
Jump to 20.
Verse 20. My glory was fresh in me, and my bow was renewed in my hand. Even me, unto me, men gave ear and waited and kept silence at my counsel.
They kept silence. Sometimes you counsel a brother, nah, it's not a good idea. Nah. But what about, right? That's how you don't, if somebody got to say, well, what about if you give perfect counsel, they don't got nothing to say? Hey, well, that's true. Yeah, that's right. Well, what about, you didn't cover everything, man. A wise counsel is going to cover everything and give you the proper solution. So this is what Job did, man. Right? It's a little more than that.
After my words they spake not, again, and my speech dropped upon them.
See, somebody, you know, sometimes somebody always got a rebuttal, right? Well, did you look at it like this? Did you see it? Or you know, you missed this point. And don't be the brother. What? Well, people are always telling you when you missed this point. Well, I didn't think about that. No, your brother, before you speak, think, man. You want to drop it, then it's over with, man. You and your household, you with your woman, you drop it, it's over. You done dropped the covered everything. It is what it is, man. And can't nobody say nothing but con. That's good advice. I agree with you. And it's a beautiful thing to pray for wisdom, man. Pray for that tongue, man. Pray for that spirit of counsel and knowledge and understanding, man. That you can not only exhort your brother, reproof, know how to rebuke, teach the scriptures, know how to keep silence. So it's a beautiful thing to know how to rule your tongue. You know? That's it on that, right?
Go.
Oh, there's one more in there. 23.
23. And they waited for me as for the rain, and they opened their mouth wide as for the latter rain.
Right.
If I laughed on them, they believed it not. In the light of my countenance, they cast not down.
Right.
I chose out their way.
What did Job say?
I chose out their way and sat chief and dwelt as a king in the army and as one that comforteth the mourners.
See that? And he wasn't even in the army, man.
Right.
But he said chief like he was there, man. Wherever Job went, hey, he was running it, man. He wasn't even in the army. It says he dwelt as a king in the army. He chose out their way, man. Hey, Ezra, I think you should do so and so. If you think about it like this and you go this way and based off of these precepts, you should do it like this. Now Ezra say, precepts, they do link up. Come. Then Ezra do it. You see the fruit of his labor. Everything he did was successful. Hey, now you get your name, huh? But that comes through wisdom and experience, knowledge and understanding. That's not something you could just wing. And don't just wing it, man. If you don't know, you don't know. Right?
God, that goes to wisdom of Solomon, the first chapter, man.
Yep.
Wisdom's gonna dwell with you to be able to give perfect counsel, perfect advice, right? Be able to be understanding, see everything from every aspect, right? So brothers, pray for that wisdom. Make sure their spirit is clean. If you have clean hands, you're gonna grow more and more.
I got another one. This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8 and verse 9. Right? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8 and verse 9. Right? This is Solomon speaking about wisdom. It reads, therefore I propose to take her to me to live with me, knowing that she would be a counselor of good things and a comfort in cares and grief. For her sake I shall have estimation, Salakia, among the multitude, and honor with elders, though I be young. You can be a young brother, but when you come around the elders and you're accepted, they look at you and they'll say, look, you know, they won't say much about you, man. You could be like, what, 20 years old, and when like 50-year-old men come around, hey, they treat you like them, man. Because your knowledge and what you say out your mouth, right? Or you could be that 20-year-old, get out of here, man. Get out of here, boy. Go play with the kids, man. You're 20 years old, they tell you go play with the kids. You don't want to be that guy, right? Reading on. It says, verse 11, I shall be found of a quick conceit and judgment, and shall be admired in the sight of great men. When I hold my tongue, they shall bide my leisure. And when I speak, they shall give good ear unto me. If I talk much, they shall lay their hands upon their mouth. So be the brother again. When Amos about to speak, we should. Brothers on their phone, I gotta call you back. What you say, Amos? While you sitting there texting, Amos about to drop something, gonna say something. You having a side conversation, Amos come around, training pad. Hell, what Amos? Hey, be that brother, man. When brothers come around, they take out a pen and a pad, man. Hold on, let me record this. Hold on, let me call you back. Right? And there's men like that in the ancient world. And you have that potential to be like that, and it's true, man.
God, this wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9 and verse 16. And hardly do we guess aright at things that are upon the earth, and with labor do we find the things that are before us. But the things that are in heaven, who has searched out? Right? We guess about the things on the earth, how old the earth is, how many oceans there really are, how deep is we guess about these things.
Right.
But no man can search out the things that are in the heavens. And thy counsel, who have known, except thou give wisdom and send thy Holy Spirit from above. So the only way that you can give this counsel or give this understanding is through wisdom. That loving, kind spirit that increases you, that nurtures you like a mother, loves you like a wife, is right there next to you like a sister. Right? That's wisdom. Wisdom is all the most precious women in your life in one. For so the ways of them which lived on the earth were reformed, and men were taught the things that are pleasing unto thee, and were saved through wisdom. Right? If it wasn't for the wisdom that the Lord sent down, we would have been destroyed. Right? And that's heavy. That's heavy. What Solomon said, if it wasn't for this wisdom, every single brother sitting in here, every single brother and sister sitting in the comment boards watching this live would have been destroyed, man. That's how important it is to use wisdom when you're dealing with situations, man. Right? And it says, we were reformed. What does it mean to be reformed? You were taught all over again. Right? We were reformed to use wisdom in every situation. So when you come into this truth, you got to reform your ways of thinking, how you address certain situations. Right? Don't get all angry because somebody says something. Take a step back, reform your thoughts, use wisdom when dealing with it. Right? Don't offend, because if you offend, you lose a brother. Right? But if you correct and you rebuke, you can gain a brother for life, man. That's being reformed and using wisdom and having the seal over your tongue.
Con. This is Sirach chapter 32 and 7. Right? That's right. Sirach chapter 32 and 7. So let me back what Amos is going into. It reads, speak, young man, Salakia, if there be need of thee, and yet scarcely when thou art twice asked. Right? Meaning what? If you're a brother, a young man, let's say it's a bunch of elders in the truth, if you come around them, hey, don't be sitting there babbling, man, about what you know. They don't want to hear that, man. They're elders. They're older than you, man. And if they ask you something, keep it short and sweet, man. Be concise with your words, right? Don't be a babbler. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth and yet holdeth his tongue. And this is an art, and it takes time for that, for brothers, man. That's not something you just get overnight, right? Being able to say much with as few words as possible, man. Some brothers can't do that. They got to talk for 35 minutes, man. Then at the 35th minute, they finally make their point. Right? They done talked all up. And then the last second of the 35th minute, now you finally get what they were saying. That's ridiculous, man. Right? Whatever you're saying, it should be short. You should say a lot in a few words, justified through the scriptures, and then that's it.
God, to let me back on what the brother said, Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there's a season, and to every purpose under the heaven. And we're going to jump to verse 7. A time to rent and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. Right? You got to know when to speak. You got to know when to shut up. Right? You got to know when all things have to be done decently and in order. Right? If it's a group of elders talking, don't butt your way in there unless you invited to speak.
Right.
Right? You should always keep silence when you're in the presence of great men. Right? Learn to just learn how to examine when to speak. Right? We had to deal with that last Saturday night. We had to deal with a brother telling him, man, you gotta shut up. Brother, sometimes you just gotta shut your mouth. Right? You don't gotta speak whatever the first thing that comes to your brain. Right?
God, that's right. You know what? You should meditate on what you say before you say it. Right? Even your parents tell you that if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Think before you speak. Everybody knows that, right? Right? The Lord said, and I'm gonna put the scripture: a fool's heart is in his mouth, but a wise man's mouth is in his heart. That's written, man. So don't be the brother where your heart lives in your mouth, meaning you say everything on your mind. Right? Be the brother where everything, the words are really just held within, man. And it's a time for it. And I want to go back to read this real quick in Sirach 32 and 9 to add to what the brother was saying. Ecclesiastes chapter 32 and 9. If thou be among great men, make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words. You want to sit there, let's say Abraham, we're going to deal with elders in the truth. Their elders been in the truth for 25, 30 years, man. Right? If we get around them, we're not going to make ourselves equal with them, man, because we're not. Right? They've been in it decades, man. Right? We're going to listen. Right? We're going to listen, man. I know when we do the summits, and you got the elders from the actual camp house of David, or you may have priests of Bach there, or other older men, right? When we get around, we don't say much, man. Right? We ask for counsel, right? If they have time, and we kind of just listen, right? We don't have to sit there, hey, did you know this breakdown? Brother, come on, brother. Let me show you these scriptures real quick. You sitting there holding, y'all want to debate? Don't be the brother that just say, do y'all want to debate? Them are the elders, man. And you're going to get yourself a bad name, right? We had a brother in the congregation, he had a bad name because he didn't know how to, his behavior was bad, man. You know, Brother Chris, right? This brother was not accepted in Israel, man, due to his mouth only, man. Now, the brother knew some scriptures, but his mouth, made him, this is what I'm looking for. He made him, he was a reproach. That's a horrible word. He was a reproach amongst the nation, man. You know?
So, like, it's an example. This was like 3 or 4 years ago, when Priest Kahan came up.
Yeah.
We was doing the Sabbath service in the house. He came up. Priest Kahan dropped so much knowledge on us in a short amount of time. He was only with us for like 6 hours. He's like, look, this is what y'all got to do. Y'all got to get this right. I got to make sure y'all doing this. I got to do this and that. And since we got that advice, we've been doing it the way he's been saying it, right? All praises, right? So you got to realize, like, when the elders speak, shut your mouth, man, because you don't know more than the elders, right? You're trying to get to that point. So say like we here for another 20 years, Lord forbid, we'll be able to pass that knowledge down, right? This is Job chapter 6 and verse 24, right? Job 6 and verse 24. It says, teach me and I will hold my tongue and cause me to understand where within I have erred, right? So Job is saying, teach me so I can learn to hold my tongue and I can understand where I'm slipping up at, so I offend less before the face of the Lord. How forcible are right words, but what doeth your argument reprove, right? If you saying the right things, you can shut down the argument, man, right? You got to, the Lord said, let your speech be seasoned, right? You got to be able to say the right things at the right time, man, right? But if me and this brother arguing, who's really hearing who? I'm trying to get my point across. He's like, nah, shut the hell up. This is what it's saying. Now we face to face, ready to fight, right? Right words at the right time are forcible. They force the course of the river when you use the right words. Come on, we're gonna pull that next. Do you imagine to reprove words in the speeches of one that is desperate, which are as the wind, right? Yea, ye are overwhelmed, the fatherless, and you dig a pit for your friend. Now therefore be content. Look upon me, for it is evident unto you if I lie. Right? It's going to be made plain upon tables if you lying, man. Everything is going to be made manifest. Everything done in the dark is going to be revealed in the light. Return, I pray you. Let it not be iniquity. Yea, return again. My righteousness is in it. Is there iniquity in my tongue? Cannot my taste discern perverse things? Right? It's saying, am I speaking perverse things in my tongue? Am I not wise enough to understand it? Can I not taste that wicked speech that's coming out of my mouth? Right? You got to be able to discern these things, because nobody knows yourself better than yourself, man. And you got to know when you're using things that you don't usually use.
This Sirach chapter 32 and 3. Right? Sirach chapter 32 and 3. Speak thou that art the elder, for it becometh thee, but with sound judgment, and hinder not music. And it's dealing with feast days, man. Because you gotta take it. A lot of brothers don't have no etiquette, man, or no conduct, or how to behave yourself. Just bad behavior. You know, all the breakdowns, but you don't know how to behave yourself, man. You spin a line on brothers, you got drunk, right? That's ridiculous. You told a brother you're gonna beat him up at the feast day. You done got so drunk, you told the brother you're gonna knock him out, knock his teeth out. Come on, brother. But you know all of the precepts, man. right? And if you are a host of a feast, it's telling you, man, speak with sound judgment. Pour not out words where there is a musician, and show not forth wisdom out of time. So don't show your wisdom out of time. Right now is the time to show your wisdom. We're doing a Sabbath service, breakdowns, understanding. If it's a feast day and we kick, we're not going to go and I'm not going to try to break down Revelation 13 to all of the brothers, man. Why they sitting in a circle drinking wine? Come on, let's go over Revelation 13. No, brother. Right? It's not time for that. It's time to feast and be merry with our brothers, man.
That debate spirit.
Yeah, that debate spirit. We had a brother, he used to debate all the time. And what you think about this? Go to the book of Zechariah. Brother, I'm chilling, brother. Come on, brother. We just held camp for 10 hours. Can brothers relax? And not saying that it's not a time to go deal with scriptures, but if it's a feast day and brothers have the music and the brothers are relaxing and doing their things, it's a time for that, right? So you got to know even how to conduct yourself at a feast amongst men when there's wine, when there's music, right? The Lord said, damn, I lost it. Right, so like, let me go back to it real quick. It was a point I wanted on that.
32 and 4, I think.
Con, what? Sirach 32 and 4. Pour out not thy words where there is a musician. Yeah, if they got the music playing, don't, hey, turn that down, turn that down, turn that down. I got something to say. Who want to break down Zechariah 6? Brother, nobody right now, brother. This brother's, he's damn near finished. He's drinking wine, man. He's full. He's about to pass out. Turn the music back up, man. And then that guy, he looked like, now he may know something, but now it don't look like he knows something. Right? Because he's not applying these precepts, man. So it's a time to speak, like the brother said, and it's a time to show wisdom, and it's a time not to show wisdom. Right? That's what the Lord is saying.
God, this is the precept that Brother Mathamika brought out. Sirach 8 and 8. I'm going to start at 8. Despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs. For of them thou shalt learn instruction and how to serve great men with ease. Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learned of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need requires. Right? That's a beautiful precept. Right? Don't miss the discourse, right, of wise men. Don't miss the discourse of elders. Because then you're gonna learn how to use proper etiquette in conversation. Right? Like when you're around your grandfather and your great uncles, right? You don't be there just talking, right? Singing, right? Everybody done heard that. Shh, be quiet. Grown folks are talking,
right?
Right? That's true in this truth. Shh, elders is talking. Shut your mouth, right? And nobody should have to tell you that. Exactly. Have to give you a rib shot to shut you up, right? Step on your foot, man. You should understand. Look, man, these great men are talking. Let's get this so we can be great men, Lord willing, one day.
That's right. That's right. We can go back to James. So brothers from this point forward know how to rule your tongue, man. Right? It's a time to debate. It's a time not to debate. Don't call me at 4 a.m. and want to debate, man. I'm not debating you, man. Brothers, they'll try to message you and then they want to debate you. Well, so what do you think about so and so? Then you answer the question. Well, it's really talking about this. Well, why are you asking me, man? Brothers do stuff like that, man.
This is James chapter 3 and verse 3. Behold, we put bites in the horse's mouth that they may obey us, and we turn away with their whole body. Behold, also the ships, which though they be so great and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm, wheresoever the governor listens.
Yeah, like we brought out last week, right? The tongue is a little member, but it controls the whole body. That small wheel on a ship, like that ship Titanic, is being moved by that one wheel, that entire huge ship and everybody in it, right? So the tongue can make moves, man. And it's going to show you the fire that it can kindle.
Even so, the tongue is a little member and boasts of great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue amongst our members, that it defileth the whole body and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell.
See that? The tongue is a world of iniquity, right? And the tongue can set stuff on fire, man. Right? A brother can sow discord in the whole room, right? And you got brothers that do stuff like that. They'll put Ezra and Einah, they'll pit them against Lamad. Then they'll slander, say, well, Lamad said Mathamika said this. Mathamika said he was looking at your wife. And then your wife said that she wanted to fight your sister. May fight your wife. You see the text? Then the brother can make up different text messages. He just destroyed our whole damn school, man. Then he get out and leave it, man. Right? And he'll act like he the innocent one. Everybody, can y'all cash out $20? You know, I tried to help you out. Then everybody cash out. He walk out with $700 and the whole school destroyed. That's evil, man. Yeah, you got, but brothers do stuff like that, man. Ain't them rumors, man. Stop believing rumors, man. You got to go prove the matter. See if this thing actually happened. Y'all heard Ezra beat up his son, right? Oh, that's bad. That most High gonna get that, bro. You don't even know if that happened, man. Just because somebody posted it on Instagram does not make it true. Just because somebody tweeted something, that don't make it true. Just because somebody did a damn video about somebody, that don't mean it's true, man. The Lord said, admonish a friend and believe not every tale. Sometimes it is slander, paraphrasing. Right?
God, this is Job chapter 15 and verse 5. Right? And it reads, for thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of thy crafty. Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yea, thy own lips testify against thee. Right? So in that day, when something arises, your own mouth is going to get you caught up. Like these rappers and they rap songs talking about Billy hit the corner and I shot him up 8 times. Right. And Billy really got shot up 8 times. And now you don't got no alibi. That's the same thing your mouth going to do to you. Right? When you present it before the Lord and you got to explain what's going on, right? Your mouth is going to condemn you or it's going to justify you. Right? You got to make sure that you using wisdom when you speaking. You got to make sure you use the wisdom when you're talking to brothers, man. Right? Because I can't be all nice and speaking nice and not Naquan, but Ezra, I'm treating him like garbage, man.
That's right. That's right, man. Right? And no respect to persons with your tongue, too. Like the brother said, man. We sit here rebuking Ezra, right? But when Einah go off, we don't say nothing to Einah. Because that's Einah. He's a little bit tall. Right? But come on, brother. Right? So let's go back to that.
God, James chapter 3 and verse 7. For every kind of beast and of birds and of serpents and things in the sea is tamed and have been tamed to mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Therefore bless ye Yahweh. Bless we Yahweh, even the Father, and therewith curse we men which are made after the similitude of God.
Yeah, and there are curses in the Bible, right? So since we're dealing with the tongue, cursing is not what the world calls, man. Right? Just to clarify that. Not saying it's wise to use that so-called language in this society, right? But it's not biblical. Like they call the F word, the MF word. It's not expedient because you're going to offend somebody being in this society, you understand? But that's not actual cursing, right? I'm going to get a counter that. Just go to First Corinthians chapter 16 real quick, just to show you since we're dealing with the tongue. And don't be putting curses on your brothers and sisters, man. Come on, man. The brother put the precept before you and you go home throwing curses on him. Right? First Corinthians, here's a curse right here. First Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 22. Right? First Corinthians chapter 16 and 22. If any man love not the Lord Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, let him be anathema maranatha. Now that's a curse. If you don't believe in this truth, let him be anathema maranatha. What does that mean? Let him be a vessel fitted for destruction. That's what it means. A cursed vessel doomed by God. So Paul, that's a curse right there. We ought to close up camp with that, man. If any man don't believe, let him be anathema maranatha. So Paul threw out curses on the wicked, man. All them scoffers, all them damn the nations he had to deal with, Nero. He said, let them be anathema maranatha. You see that? That means a vessel, again, fitted for destruction and doomed by God. I'm going to pull it up in the Greek. So give brothers that.
God, let's go to Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 20. Right? Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 20. I'm going to start at verse 19. Right? In the multitude of words, there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise. The tongue of the just is as choice silver. The heart of the wicked is little worth. Right? So if you're a wise man, you're not going to be cursing out your brother. Right? Not F you and all that other stuff. Spending curses upon them, man. I've seen camps throwing curses on brothers on video, man. Right? Talking about how about Shimei Al-Shah, say the brother's name, saying send evil upon him and death.
Right.
I done seen this. Not once, not twice, 3 times. Which is completion, man. I done seen him do it a couple times, man. So if you a just man, those words should never come out your mouth, man. Because we living in grace, man. Right? We living in grace, man. The Lord has gave you grace to get right. So why can't the next brother have grace to get right, man? Why can't the brother's faith build him up so that he don't err one more time? Right? Brothers got to use wisdom in dealing with situations, man.
This is an anathema. Like I said, I know a brother who threw up a curse on his mother, man. Because she didn't get the truth. And then he fell out the truth. See that? Anathema. Right? For anathema, it means, this is the Greek. Right? It says, a thing devoted to God without hope of being redeemed. And if an animal to be slain. Therefore, a person or a thing doomed to destruction. You see that? That's what it means. A person or a thing doomed to destruction can't be saved. Right? So you gotta be careful in this thing, man. If you don't believe in this truth, you anathema maranatha. Right? Now, the brother said brothers can repent, they can come into this thing, but this is what Paul said, right through the Spirit. Right? So that's cursing. Oh, you have something else? Now, another example is swearing. Well, let's go to 2 Kings real quick, the 2nd chapter, because Elisha threw out a curse. Just for those that have to understand how the tongue works, man. Right? Elisha threw out a curse. And don't be throwing curses on your fellow brother, man, in these days.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 2.
Yeah, you can throw curses on a heathen all day. We do it before the Sabbath service start, before the class start. And we love it.
Right. 2 Kings chapter 2 and verse 23. And he went up from thence unto Bethel, and he was going up by the way, and there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him and said unto him, go up thou bald head, go up thou bald head. And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood and tore 42 children of them.
See that? See that? You gotta watch your mouth, man. All these just kids. Hey, the Lord don't care about these just kids, man. This is Elisha. Right here. These are servants to the Lord, man. Miriam got smoked with leprosy. She couldn't watch her mouth dealing with the men of the Lord. The Lord don't respect the persons. The Lord smite children. Smoke Paul and all. Not Paul. The enemies of Paul, man. For their mouth. And Elisha could have said, well, they's just kids. He could have gave him an explanation why he shaved his head bald, because his master got taken away, Elijah. But he cursed them in the name of the Lord. Right? Then he said 2 she-bears, and then 2 she-bears came out like this, and they started ripping these children in half. How many of them? 42. They run and scream, the bear doing his thing, hawking them down, rip them off, go to the next one, they escaping. There's no telling how long this thing took. This thing could have took an hour to chase, maybe 30 minutes to chase 42 children. They was faster back then. They probably climbing on trees, banging on the door, the bear going through the city, hawking them down. 2 she-bears, man. Bears back then was big too. These bears had to be like the size of an SUV, man. They fast, and you can't do a damn thing about it. You see that?
Salakia, the brother Orion sent us a video a couple days ago. I guess a brother got offended on the comment boards. Y'all brothers seen it? Yeah, the brother was saying the same. He's like, y'all brothers can't even grow hair.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all brothers can't even grow hair. Go up thou bald head.
Yep.
Right, just mock it, man.
Yeah, he was hot.
High as hell, man. So, the same things that was going on in the ancient world is happening today, man. First off, if you know the latter end of those children, you wouldn't even use that joke, going down bald head. Right? You'll be mindful, man. I should pull that video up, man.
Yeah, we ought to pull it up.
Yeah, we should. It was bad, man. It was bad. But I had a precept, I lost it.
I got it. Real quick.
You got it.
2 Timothy chapter 4 and 14. Right? See that? So hey, you gotta watch. Hey, people gotta watch themselves, man. 2 she-bears might come out and tear you up. You try to unlock your car button not working. You see something in the background. What was that? Kind of go back in the woods and try to get your car, it's not working. Then the damn bear, turn around, a bear running at you, man.
It ain't Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, it ain't Winnie the Pooh, man. It's a she-bear. You try to break the damn car window open, then the bear slice you. You see the slashes in the back of your garment, them get slashed like this. Right? The 2 Timothy chapter 4 and 14. Alexander the coppersmith did me much evil. The Lord reward him according to his works. What does that mean, man? And the Lord gonna get up with you, man. Paul said that. He said, Alexander did me much evil, and the Lord got you, man. The Lord got something for you. He didn't say, well, that's just Alexander. Right? Well, that is who he is. Boys will be boys. No, he said the Lord gonna get you, man. The Lord reward him according to his works. Hey, we had the scoffer that gave up the ghost, man. What's his name? Hammer?
Yeah, Hammer.
The brother Hammer, man. If brothers remember the old Adam Adler channel, you had the scoffer who used to come up counting money, man, and say your shoes dirty, right? Why you get fresh, man? I don't know if brothers remember that video, but you had it was a Jake. He had sunglasses on, and he's sitting there counting all of the money, man. You remember that, brother? Yeah, brother Ezra remember that. Guess what? Hey, he's in the spirit world now. He in the spirit world. Shabbat, right? In the grave.
Yeah, I can break that up.
Come. So these are the things that are happening on earth. The Lord is cutting men down. We had the sex demon that used to come up to the harbor, man. I don't know if brothers remember the sex demon. He had a slew of characters at the harbor, man. It's like a circus. You had the sex demon that used to come up and say he liked the white women's feet, man. And scoff. Right? He said he'd rather serve Beelzebub than the Most High. Right? And guess what? Hey, he's gone too, man. Right? So yeah, this is the brother
Hammer.
Yeah, brother Hammer who got jammed up. Man. See that?
Right. If anybody remembers this video, this Muslim scoffing brother, right? This brother goes by the name Hammer. Goes by Hammer, right? So I'm gonna play a couple more clips. I'm gonna show you why I played this, and then explain why I brought out that precept. Hey, that's crazy.
Yes,
Remember, this was a very, very bad video. A lot of folly going on in this video. Right, one of the worst videos. It was a top video on the channel. Right, we dealt with this brother a few times.
Yeah, that's just it. I'm your mother. I'm your sister. See that he was counting all his money, man. All right, guess what? Somebody jammed him up, man. Laid that hammer on him, man. In his car. And now like I said, he in the spirit world, man. He in the spirit world. He's gonna come back as somebody's son in the kingdom. He's gonna come back and look at you, right? And then he's gonna have his head down, man. Right? Hey, hold on to this bottle. You're gonna give him the bottle. Hold on to that, man. Remember what you did, right? So this is what happens when you come against a servant to the Lord, man. Is that the high guy? Yeah, this is the guy who said, "Go up thou bald head," man.
Okay, so I'm making this video right here. I know y'all forgot. It's my last day in my son.
This guy's blazed, man. Gas, toasted,
on YouTube,
fried.
and I was watching some brothers. You know, I be watching them brothers. What's me on?
And nobody's in the back seat.
Watchmen of Israel. Go look them up on YouTube. Go look them up. like some racist brothers. And them brothers can't mess with me, fool. My knowledge too high for them, fool. I just was quoting, give me Deuteronomy, Deuteronomy 23 and 7. Y'all should not oppose to Edomite. Go look it up. Deuteronomy 23 and 7.
So, Lucky, we done dealt with this verse 100 times over,
If
man.
a white person was an Edomite, I said, I already had a battle with the brother before. But I want to call out the watchmen of Israel because I was just commenting on a post. I posted Deuteronomy 23 and 7 and Leviticus 19:33 through 35. Y'all should treat the armed forward and as thyself, you should love mess your brother. That's a law. So they kept erasing. I put
Nobody's
it 100
erasing
times.
this guy's stuff.
Kept copying and paste. Kept putting it. Kept posting it. And to the point that these brothers actually blocked me. I can't even come in on their page no more. So I look at what are you? The last watchman of Israel.
Ain't nobody saying nothing to him that fast, man.
These Israelites, these some Hamite brothers.
Come on, man.
And they always wearing their headbands around their head because they bald in the front. Get you up out of here, you bald head. Always wearing your damn thing on your damn head. Take that shit off. Be real, fool. Sorry I be vocal. Sorry I use vocal like. But the Holy Spirit hates you, fool.
Damn.
He hates you, bald head. Get you up out of here, you bald head. Take off that thing.
Then you just read that bald head.
Not a Levite. Y'all niggas is jokes, fool. Sit here and put Deuteronomy 23 and 7.
Yeah, it just gets bad, man.
See that? That's that watch. The Lord said, watch your mouth, man. All right, let me go to, you have something?
I did.
Yeah, so, hey, man, these things happen. This is why people get taken off the earth, man. The Lord said strange calamities. It's not destruction to the wicked and a strange punishment to the workers of iniquity.
He said we're not priests, man. This is 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people that should show forth the praise of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. So yes, we're all priests, man. Right. We're a nation of priests, man. Shows you who the Holy Spirit is working with, man. Nobody can say the Holy Spirit hates you. That's the most dumbest thing I've ever heard, man. Right. It's comical, but it's dumb, man. Brothers just being they feelings, man. Yeah, he probably got blocked, man. You gonna scoff, you stopping other brothers from learning, man. We gonna cut you down. You can't comment no more.
That's right. So you see that, man? These are the words, man. And he's not gonna repent for that. I mean, he can, but the Lord said, every idle word that man shall speak, they should give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Man. That's written. You got something else? So we can go back to James, right? James, the 3rd chapter, and verse. I want to get Sirach 23, Salaki, right? Because we dealt with cursing. I want to go to swearing real quick, right? Sirach chapter 23, and verse. You know, your grandmother's house, you got the swear jar, right? Oh, you swore. You said heck, right? You said dang. Put 10 cents in the swear jar. He said heck and dang. H-E double hockey stick. You can't even say liar in certain houses. You got to say you told a story or you're fibbing. Yeah, it's a fable or you're fibbing. And if you say liar or you got to put in the damn swear jar, man. That's not swearing. Heck and dang. And you know your grandmother, that's not swearing, man. This is Sirach chapter 23. Remember, my brother got in trouble for that, man, when I was younger, man. He said, what the heck? My great-grandmother came in with a tennis racket, man. You see that? All hell break loose, man. Yep, see that? Yep, that's a good precept, man. Sirach chapter 23 and verse 9. Right? Sirach chapter 23 and 9. It reads, accustom not thy mouth to swearing, neither use thyself to the naming of the Holy One. And swearing goes to making oaths. Right? That goes to making oaths and putting it on the Most High's name. You know how Jake say, oh, my grandmother, right? Or my great-grandmother's grave. That's swearing, right? on my firstborn child's grave. I promise I ain't do it. You did do it, brother. But Jake do that to make it seem as though they really didn't do it because they have no fear of the Lord, man. And I swear I ain't robbed you, man. On my great-grandmother's grave, man. And you didn't rob the brother. And now the brother said, well, he did say it was great-grandmother's grave. Maybe he didn't do it. He would never do that. It's serious. But this brother don't fear the Lord, man. Right? Let's read on. It says, accustom not thy mouth to swearing, neither use thyself to the name of the Holy One. So don't just be saying the Most High's name like it's Ezra's name. Right? And I'm not even going to give you an example, but you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's read on. Verse 10. For as a servant that is continually beaten shall not be without a blue mark, so he that sweareth and nameth the Most High continually shall not be faultless. So Most High going to jam you up, man. Keep his name out your mouth, man. Unless you praying, unless you blessing the name of the Lord, right? Don't just use the name of the Most High, you know, for no reason. Hey, good morning, Most High. And you using the name Most High. Yeah, Most High, you know, I'm thinking about doing so-and-so. Right? You're giving them a nickname, and big so-and-so. And the Lord not dealing with that, man. He's not your best friend. That's not Day-Day. This is not Man-Mans, man. Little Pookie, man. Right? You had a question, bro?
Does that also go into like when people swear on the Bible?
Yeah, people do that as well, man. Presidents, people in the court system, the judicial system, doctors, they swearing on the Bible, man. Right? Let's read on. Sirach chapter 23 and 11. A man that useth much swearing shall be filled with iniquity, and the plague shall never depart from his house. If he shall offend, his sin shall be upon him. And if he acknowledge not his sin, he maketh a double offense. And if he swear in vain, he shall not be innocent, but his house shall be full of calamities. Damn, now his glass break, right? His child, damn, hit his head, and his blood busting open, right? His woman committing adultery. He getting fired from his job, right? You got people in the truth. They making women panties with the name of the Lord on it, man. And women bra, and they got the name of the Most High. That's wicked, man. You got brothers with Jordans on, they got the name of the Lord on it. Well, I'm just doing it. You got a brother in the truth, he had the name of the Lord tatted on his I think it was his wrist, man. Tomorrow I'm on fire.
He's an Edomite with a tattoo on his forehead.
Yeah, but he got a tattoo on his forehead, man. So guess what? The Lord gonna jam you up, man. Right? The Most High's name is not to just be used, man. That's why we say the Most High. Or we'll say the Heavenly Father. We don't just use the name of the Lord loosely, man. This is why the Most High gave it Almighty or the Most High or, you know, these different so-called titles, man. He's the one that put that in the scriptures, man. We didn't put that in the scriptures. You know? That's right. Yeah, something to finish? Yeah, that's it on that. Let me read on real quick. There is a word that is clothed about with death. God grant that it be not found in the heritage of Jacob. For all such things shall be far from the godly, and they shall not wallow in their sins. Use not thy mouth to intemperate swearing, for therein is the word of sin. I'm gonna jump down to 15. The man that is accustomed to opprobrious words will never be reformed all the days of his life. And opprobrious words are offensive words, right? And again, we're not saying that you can just use the so-called white man's profanity for just loosely too, because you can offend a brother, man. Let me break these ethnic scriptures down to you. Brother, what the hell? What the hell? I'm gonna break down the ethnic. Give me the ethnic book of Deuteronomy, man. The Lord not dealing with that spirit, man. Yeah, Pontius Pilate was a BAN, man. Right? You might offend a brother simply based off, you know, our people's mentality, man.
Let's go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 33. Like the brother said, that's the third commandment. That's Exodus 20 and 7. Right? You can't use the name of the Lord in vain, man. Right? You should only say the name of the Lord if you're saying a prayer. Right? That's really how you should only be doing it, man. So you can be mindful when you say it. Right? Matthew 5 and 33. Again, you have heard that it has been said by them of old times, thou shalt not swear, forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord thy oaths. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is Yahweh's throne, nor by earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king. Right? So don't swear by none of this stuff, man. Honestly, you shouldn't even swear.
Right.
Right? Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. But whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. Right? So if a brother keep asking me, yo, you sure you don't know what a remote is? Are you sure you ain't seen that $20? Or you ain't seen my phone? No, I haven't seen it, brother. Swear. I said no. No is no. We leave it at that. Right? Anything on top of that is evil communication. That's what Yahweh said. Anything on top of that is wickedness, man. If it's no, then it's no. If it's yes, then it's yes. Leave it at that, man. And brothers got to get accustomed to saying that, right? Say Lord willing and no and yes. That should be accustomed to every Israelite brother.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So let's go on. All right. Let's go on in the book. Right, James the 3rd chapter and verse. Let's read 10 again. Right.
James chapter 3 and verse 10. Out of the same mouth proceeded blessing and cursing. My brother, these things ought not to be so. Doeth a fountain send forth at the same place sweet water and bitter? Can the fig tree, my brother, bear olive berries, either a vine fig? So can no fountain both yield salt water and fresh.
So your mouth can only speak knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Right? Not niggotry and wisdom. It don't work like that. Either you speaking righteousness or you speaking wickedness. Ain't no in between. Oh, this is I'm kind of mixing it up. I got a new thing. There ain't no new thing. We can kind of mix it up, man. All right, you got something else?
I did. Verse 13. Who is a wise man and indeed with knowledge among you? Let him show out of a good conversation his works with meekness of wisdom.
So, a wise man should be known by his conversation, man. Every time I talk to this brother Amos, he say wise words, man. He don't cut me off, right? He dropped good counsel. He giving knowledge. He always back it up with the precepts. So if you're a wise man, we should see it by your conversation, man. Right? We should see it. Just because you know 15,000 precepts don't make you a wise man. Right? Remember, wisdom is also the application of knowledge. This is the knowledge that the Most High is giving you. If you're not applying it, how do we know you're a wise man or not, man? You can't apply the Revelation 13 breakdown in your life. What are you going to turn to the 7 heads and the 10 horns? You can't do that, man. But what you can apply is these scriptures that we're giving you through the Spirit, that the Most High is giving us, man. These are the things that you can, change your life and accustom the new man to, man.
Because this is the book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. Right? And it reads, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Right? You know the latter end of Babylon. Right? Nothing but hellfire and destruction. Right? So what manner of person you ought to be? You got to be holier than thou, holier than the people who aren't in this knowledge. Right? When I say holier than thou, don't be over righteous, but you got to be separate from everybody else, man. Right. You got to walk on eggshells and have your conversation be godly, man. Holy conversation, right? Not talking about where the cheeks at after camp. Who got the weed rolled up?
Damn.
Right? I can down this fifth of Hennessy. Right? You shouldn't be talking about that stuff, man. Right? Play trivia games with the scriptures, man. Right? Talk about wise men. Talk about how you can be a better Israelite. What can you do to furthermore help this truth? Right? Holy conversations, man. Right? I don't want to hear nobody talking about nothing vulgar, man.
Yeah.
Right? We might laugh if somebody say something, it sounds funny. But, if it's coming out of sincerity, we're not going to say nothing. But no vulgar No vulgarness should come out of any Israelite's mouth. None.
God. Philippians chapter 3 and 20. So let me back, man. Right? And you got brothers that do that in the truth, though, man. Soon as camp over, they turn to a nigger. Soon as the last trumpet blow, you got the lip, right? Come on, bro. No, I don't have the lip, man. You were just putting all these breakdowns. Now you want the lip, right? Damn, smearing off. Come.
Philippians 3, and we're going to start at 17. Brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk so, as ye have us for an example.
So mark men that you see moving in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and follow those men. Mark them. Say, yeah, that brother Amos, man. Hey, that brother always dropping knowledge. That brother always say things. Hey, Amos, how do you do what you do, man? Right? What is your study habits? Right? What is your prayer life about? Because I want to be an example too. Right?
Philippians 3:18. For many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Yahushua, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, whose mind earthly things. For our conversation is in heaven, for which also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahushua HaMashiach.
See that our conversation is in heaven, man. We talking about the chariots, man. We're not talking about the bank account, man. Right? We're not talking about your 401k plan at camp, man. Don't pull me to the side and tell me about your financial advisor, man. In the video game, what level you on? If you come to me and you tell me you want to talk about video games, hey brother, I got something else to do, man. Hey, did you get the new PS so and so? No, brother, I don't have that, man. Hey, let's talk about the scriptures, man. Let's talk about the precepts and the breakdowns. All right, let's talk about how to, like the brother said, how to build up the nation of Israel, man. Let's talk about righteous moves. What can we do to further expand the truth, man? Right? What can we do to seal the elect? What can we do to get out of here, man? You got more curses on the heathen I can throw up? You got more blessings, more prayers for me and my household? That's our conversation. It lives in the heavens. Don't let your conversation live on the earth, man. It's not but demonic people on the earth, man. The 99% of the conversation is sex, lust, flesh, alcohol, weed, drugs, and folly. Lasciviousness, concupiscence, idolatry, white Jesus, clothes, chains, hairstyles. You got Jake to talk about waves all day. You got YouTube channel, how to get waves. Waves. Use this brush, do this. Got your waves. Brother, no, brother. Right?
Cracking jokes.
Yeah, cracking jokes, comedy. You always got that comedy spirit, man. Yeah, brothers doing stand up right after camp. Oh, I gotta stand up. Right? Why, brother?
Oh, Salaki, it was a flyer that went out like 2 years ago, man. They had an Israelite stand-up comedy show.
I think that was at Passover.
It was always at Passover. Yeah, like that's what you choose to do. Out of everything you can do, you have an Israelite stand-up comedy show with a brother being a headliner who's supposed to be going out teaching. But this is Colossians chapter 4, verse 4. It says, look, they got Israelite fashion shows.
Yeah,
man, they got Israel. Everything in the world they try to transition to try to fit it into the truth.
Exactly.
Everything don't need to come in, man. You don't need to have fashion shows, right? Comedy shows, man. Get together, sip some wine, have a good time with your brother. You don't need to make it extravagant. People coming out at $800 garments, like what? That you gonna wear one time,
right? Yeah, Abraham's not going to the comedy show, man. Nor David. Or you think Howard Shaw gonna sit at the comedy show? Why are you going to the concession stand? I got nachos, popcorn. The Lord not asking for that, man. The Lord said, I'm about my Father's business, man. I have meat to eat that you know not of, man. I'm on a mission, man. These people, you even see these people in the corporate world, man. When they focused on that mission, they stand after hours. Yeah, they get off at 5, but no, they getting off at 7:30, man. They gotta crunch these numbers. They gotta make the report for in the morning. They gotta get that promotion, man. They're trying to build the company up, man. They're not worried about a tequila after hour, man. Well, we got after hour from 5 to 7. You come in 50% off margaritas. They're not going to that, man. They're not going to the bar to watch the big game. Getting the 12 wings, man, the barbecue wings. Right? And then when the people at work, and you figure out how this man got exalted and got promoted, because he was doing what he had to do. He was about his business, man. So either you're about this business or you're not, man. Right? That guy at the corporate place, he's talking about numbers. He's talking about stats. He's talking about people getting hired. He's talking about business plans. He's talking about endeavors, talking about investments. Then you got the guy at the water cooler with the damn knock-knock jokes. You got his tie yard hanging down, spaghetti stain.
2 Hebrews went into a bar.
Yeah, he's a damn two. Yeah, that's wicked, man. He got his legs kicked up. He eating cereal at the cubicle. Guess who's going to get fired? That guy, he might get jammed up. The other guy, hey, he's going to be exalted, right? Damn, 2 Hebrews went into a bar. That's madness.
Colossians chapter 4 and verse 4. That I may make it manifest as I ought to speak. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. Right? You got to walk in wisdom to those who don't have it. Like that brother moving in a different spirit, man. Especially people you know in the world. Right? When they run into you, they should know something different about you.
Right.
That light should be shining real bright.
Right.
Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how ye ought to answer every man. Right? So let your speech, be seasoned, man. You an Israelite, man.
Right.
Know how to talk to people, man. Know how to address people, know how to communicate. Everything should come naturally to you. You Israel, man. Right? You the former of all things. Right? Somebody asks a question, man. Right? You should be able to answer it.
That's right.
You can add a little comedy in there, make a funny scenario. Right. Make it entertaining. Because Israel attention span is but so long. Right? You can make it a little entertaining, man. Put a funny scenario in, but make sure it's seasoned, man. Make sure the point get across early so they understand what you gotta say.
That's right. That's right. We'll go back to James. Come. So we're back in the book of James. So it's a lot in James, man. James will cover temptation, the tongue, right? Faith, works, right? So James chapter 3 and 14. We read 13.
I go 14. Okay. But if ye have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, glory not, and lie not against the truth.
Yeah, no envying brothers in Israel, man. Damn, Amos, stay in the mansion over there, but I'm in the studio, man. And I'm secretly harboring up that envy. The Lord going to give you over to that, man. Man, he keep coming in with these fresh shirts, man. Damn, where you getting all these things from, man? Look, I got holes in my garment, man. Now I'm sitting there, I'm plotting on, man. Breaking his house, man. That's off for a shirt.
This wisdom descended not from above, but is earthly, sensual, and devilish. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work.
See that?
But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace.
That's heavy right there, man. Those are the fruits of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So if a man is wise and he doesn't have these attributes, then guess what, man? He has an essential devilish wisdom full of envy. Because you're going to be able to tell what type of spirit the brother's in based off of his works, man. You can tell with this brother, he must be doing something behind closed doors, man. He got a lust demon on him because he keep talking about cheats, man. He got a video game spirit on him. He can't stop talking about ESPN, right? You know what type of spirits are on these men, man. If a brother has a spirit of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you should be able to tell. That's a pure wisdom, man. Dealing with peace, dealing with joy, right? It's like what else? Full of mercy, without partiality, and without hypocrisy, man. So we as men of the Most High, we should esteem to be like our forefathers and make sure we can show forth our words with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. If you know that you talk too fast, hey, slow down, brother. Take your time, pace yourself, man. You understand when it comes to reading, when it comes to teaching and speaking, pray for the tongue of the learned, man. That's Isaiah chapter 50 and 4, I believe. The Most High given me the tongue of the learned, that I may know how to speak a word to him that is weary, man. So you want to pray for the tongue of the learned, man. You want to pray for the tongue to be able to teach your people, man. Pray for the tongue to be able to counsel and exhort your people and be able to deal with them in a manner of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Khan? Khan, you have something else?
Deuteronomy 32:7. I keep seeing this on here. It's not talking about loving your enemies, man. Right? That's talking about doing heinously and wickedly towards them. Right?
Oh, 23:7.
Yeah, 23. Well, I say 32. Deuteronomy 23:7. That's not talking about loving Esau, man, and loving the Egyptians, man. Right? There's no precept you can back up that shows that, man. That's talking about dealing heinously and wickedly, right, and doing vile things to them.
Yeah, and these brothers that always put Deuteronomy 23:7, they never talk about the Egyptian. It's always Esau. Thou shalt not pour an Edomite. They never talk about the Egyptians, though. Huh? See, our people, man, and we've explained Deuteronomy 23:7 7 times over, man. 237 times, man. Right? And then, brother,
never trust our enemy. That covers it up, man.
That's right.
To trust somebody, you have to have some sort of love for them. Sirach 12 tells you how to deal with your enemy, man. Don't trust them. Have no love for your enemy, man. Love your own people.
That's right.
Right? I think I turned that off. With that, Brother Amos.
Brother Naquam, Kwam Yasha. We're going to take a quick intermission and we're going to proceed with the next lesson. Shalom.
Shalom.
Come.